Hi, this is Ernie. I'm the guy who had $6 in his checking account to now having millions of dollars. Today, I want to talk about how you can make money grow. Of course, you don't water them. That's not how money grows. What do you need to do? It's actually very simple. You need to invest. And if you invest, it's going to grow 10 to 12% every year. But do you know this product called Miracle-Gro or Miracle-Grow? I forget the name, where you just sprinkle a little bit of water that has that chemical in it and it grows enormously in a short amount of time. How do you do that? That's options. So I'm going to show you what I currently have in my LLC account. This is just one account that I have that I made it public so that everybody can see almost on a weekly basis what I currently hold and how I put that Miracle-Gro into this account so that I can make it grow a lot faster than 10 to 12%. I started with $250,000 and now it's close to $360,000 in a matter of a couple months, so that you'll be able to do something similar like this. So I started this account on April 24th, so a little over 3 months at $250,000. Let me share so that everybody has clear understanding of how I started. Yeah. So journal from, which means I deposited $250,000. And this is what I currently have at the moment. Let's go to positions. Still have this much cash. My total market value is this. Today it went up, and then of course ever since some of my option got exercised, and now options got exercised, and I rebought a lot of my shares. I'm up about 9%, $23,000. What do I have? LABU, or my wife calls it Labubu, the famous toy. This is extremely undervalued, leveraged biotechnology. And NBIS, this is similar to CoreWeave, but I think it's better. It hasn't popped like CoreWeave, but they do data centers specifically for AI. Oscar Health, amazing health company that's doing really, really well. And again, I'm selling puts to generate money so that I can buy shares, which I'm going to go through. And then this is my latest addition, Serve. It's a Serve Robotics. For those, you probably have seen some of the videos. There's a little robot carrying things around, especially food, delivering to somebody. Rather than paying, I think, $7 to $9 per driver for delivery, this only charges $1. That's how cheap it is. And then Sirius XM, I started doing this last Friday or Thursday. And then XOXL, I have a lot of shares of these. About $146,000 worth of it. So what am I doing to make this into a Miracle-Gro? Let's start with the bottom one first. Since I have shares, or 5,300 shares, actually it's now 50 or 5,000, almost 400 shares because of this. But I sold calls at $29. So if this gets exercised, I make even more money. So when you sold 53 contracts and got 30 cents, you are now making close to $1,600. And this is just one day today for this week. And what I did was, after I got that money, I went and bought more shares. So next week, rather than selling 53 contracts, I'm going to sell 54 contracts. Again, this is how you compound. And then I spend that money. And of course, it was less. So I ended up pocketing about $12. And then next one, I sold puts. 10 contracts of it. Not a lot of money, $154. But then what do? I buy shares with that money. And then pocket a little bit like $3 and change. I do the same thing with Oscar. I sold puts at $13, 10 contracts, equivalent to 1,000 shares, got 13 cents per share, got 126. And then what do? I bought 9 shares and spend that money and pocketed it a little bit. And then lastly, NBIS, Nebius. I sold 10 contracts. So in order to do this, again, you need to have $48,000 because the put price is at 48 and 57 cents is what I got. So I got $566. And what do? I buy shares, 11 shares, and spend that money and pocketed about $5 and a change. You saw that I only sold 53 SOXL, but because I bought 58 more shares afterwards, look, now I have 5,400 contracts. So next week, I'm able to sell more. This is how you can compound even faster when you're using options. I know I went through this quick, but when you are selling options and use that money to buy more shares so that you can accumulate a lot of them, I mean, if you only have 100 contracts, it's going to take forever, right? You only can buy 1 share at a time, 2 shares at a time. It's going to take you 10 weeks, 100 weeks. But if you have a lot of shares, each time you do this, you're getting 58 shares. You're getting 13 shares. It doesn't take that long for you to double the number of shares. And this is how you build wealth on Miracle-Gro. So that rather than 10 to 12% every week parking on SPY or VOO, this is going to go, just like you saw, $250,000 to $360,000 in less than, or a little little more than 3 months. So if I can replicate this and continue to do this, I'm hoping that this will exceed $250,000 by end of this year. I'm actually targeting close to $700,000, but we'll see how that goes. And I'll continue to update. And for those who are so confused by what I just said, this takes time and you need to do a little bit of research and a little bit of studying. But if you can get there, just look at the amount of money that I made. Rather than buying more shares with a profit, you could actually take that money out and cover your expenses. I mean, there are some shares that I rolled, like LABU shares I rolled. But in that process, I think I got close to maybe $4,000 some dollars. So this account, by selling options, I generated close to $6,000, maybe $7,000 this week alone. That's how much money you can make if you know and learn how to sell options. And I know you guys are asking, hey, how much money do you need? How do I start? Where do I start? This is the book, How to Turn Every Friday into Payday Using Weekly Options. This is how you do it. My approach is slightly different than this because I use different time frame. I typically don't sell on Thursday, where compared to this book, this actually recommend you to sell on Thursday so you have a little more time. But options trading, this is how you make weekly income or how you make your portfolio grow on Miracle-Gro. I know you will have a lot of questions about this. I'm here to help you. All my contents are free. I don't have any paywalls. By the way, I don't have any courses or training, so please don't send me messages asking if there's a trading or training or some type of course you could take. You can study this on your own with this book and my videos under my watch list called Leveraging Options, so that you'll be able to achieve your financial freedom and be less stressed out about money. Hopefully this is useful. Please don't forget to follow, comment, like, and repost. And any questions you have, if you leave a comment, I will respond to you within a day or so, or sometimes sooner than that. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.